What's going on, everyone? This is Sherry, and you are tuned into She Said What She Said, the podcast where we interview badass women in the sports world and beyond. So, I am practicing or going through some possible catchphrases to introduce my co host, and I didn't run any of them by her. So, I might try one this week, see how she likes it, maybe try another one. So, my co host. She's got a body that will make you say, hey, and skills that will make you say, nice, Lachey. Let's bring on Phaedra.
Amazing.
Did you snort?
I did. I don't know if I've done that on the show yet. So, yeah.
Not yet.
I'm a snorter.
Perfect.
Here we go.
How
that
do
was
you like
cute.
that?
That was cute. I want to hear them all, and then I can make a decision.
Okay. I'm going to workshop with you.
That was cute. And maybe we can have people comment on what they thought about it too. Because I feel like you have like a few, and yeah, I like it. I like that idea. So
I was like trying to get a ninja-y thing, and I was walking my dog this morning. I'm like, what goes with Lachey? And I'm like, hey.
Say, hey, Lachey. You can just make them all. Faye goes along with a lot of things.
It does. Yeah. So I'm going to workshop a few of them. That make you smile and laugh. I'm going to make sure I write it down. But then, sometimes you just got to go through a few of them. How are you doing today, though?
Man, everything is going good. I'm leaving for Tampa tomorrow. So I am like just kind of getting all my stuff together today, and gonna get a good night's sleep and head on out for some sunshine. Sunshine and some friends, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. So
wonderful. And
how are you?
I'm good. Still just climbing around and ninjaing around and all that goodness.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about seeing if they had any like, I'm sure they do, but like seeing what the climbing gyms are like in Tampa, because I know that there's a few. So I was kind of hoping to like check that out too, and maybe a ninja. Do you know Tampa ninja gyms?
No, not off the top of my head. There's got to be something.
I'll Google it.
Go show them. Go show them how it's done.
They're like, I've never done this before.
Is it like this? Link like 5 Lachey.
Yeah,
right. And then do a backflip. I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
And it's Black History Month. It's February. I know you've been on your Black History research, which I love it. Ready to see everything you have to offer. And so this month we'll be trying to make sure we highlight Black women all month long.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. And I'll tell you one reason too why I love Black women is there has never been any type of election where you look at the demographics afterwards, you're like, what were Black women doing? It is always like, yes, those are the ones that always get it correct. White women sometimes don't really do that everything good. So that is my love for my lovely ladies.
Yes.
But I will let you do the intro of the guest this week because this is one of your people. So I am very excited to give this off.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. So, all right, everyone, we have this woman that is coming on here in a second. She has been not just a close friend and a client. We've been each other's clients. She started off as a hair. I always call her my hair wizardess. The hardest word to say. She is now a retired celebrity hairstylist, and she went into plus size modeling. She's a show host and a digital creator, and she just all in all is someone that I can always count on to give me like honest feedback, and we can chat about whatever and be comfortable, act goofy, go out. We have the best, most wonderful happy hours that turn into many hours. And so without further ado, we've got Nica Brooks in the house.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for having me.
Looking like a straight model. Jesus.
Thank you.
Yes.
So.
This whole thing.
The lighting is just, it's just my candles. Fine.
It's just real simple, real easy,
Simple look you put together for this evening.
Shout out to the Brooks Media for the lights. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. So how long have you two ladies known each other?
Ooh.
Nica, you're younger. You'll remember.
Barely. I feel like it's like
forever
5 now. 5? Yeah, I would say forever. Like
2018.
Yeah, around there. So like
18.
It's like 5 years now.
Okay. Yeah.
4, 5, 6. Yeah.
I have to look back to see when my hair started changing.
I was gonna say, how did you guys? How did this connection begin?
Actually, from one of my clients, my client Cindy, shout out to her, love her. She was telling me about her fabulous trainer and vice versa for hair with her. And so then she came and got her hair done one day. We decided to exchange services, and so here we are. Now we're friends, workout buddies, turn up buddies. Just a great time.
Yeah,
it's a great time.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Great. I love it. And,
yeah.
I mean, I know Phaedra has had some beautiful hair styles in the past few. I mean, all of her modeling comes out with like a different hairdo. So,
that's all her.
I say that's all you. That's all you. Were you the braids with the blue in them when she was like dripping wet and all of the guys were looking like, damn, that.
Who's that girl? Yeah, I was part of my work. Yes. I love how she lets me play with her hair. How she's always open to a lot of different looks in general.
Yeah.
That's a part of her magic. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. But she's also with that has taught me like how to appreciate my hair a little bit better and how to keep it healthy and growing. And I have not, I mean, I know that many of you might think I've not dyed my hair since I met you, which was like 2018, because I was platinum blonde for many years. And then I was like, no, I want to grow it out. My hair is not growing out or seemingly because it's healthy. So as our curl pattern, as it gets healthier, it's smaller. And so I always say to her, I'm like, all right, thank you. Thank you for making me love my hair. I appreciate it.
Yes. That's my favorite. That was my favorite part about being a hairstylist, was definitely helping women appreciate what naturally comes from their crown, because it is your crown and you should be proud of it. And so to see your curls transform from where they were before to having this vivacious, fluffy fro, I'm 100% here for it.
Yes. So with that, I guess that can lead us into what? So I know you are retired, but we'll start with what got you into the hair. Like, give us a little bit of your background, which is usually our first question, is your like story. Give us a little bit of your past into how we know you as like the hair goddess. No curl nine.
That's a funny story. So I'm like the queen of starting over. So much fun. I started out with college. I tried to go the traditional route. Went to NIU. Couldn't afford it after a while. Wasn't digging it. So then I went to a community college in my city, Harold Washington. Dropped out again. I was like, this is not the one or the two. Got a job. No, actually, I didn't have a job. So I was in a bit of a weird mental space, and I was watching YouTube. I feel like this was like the very beginning of like YouTube being a thing. Maybe not, but I was watching YouTube videos about hairstyles that I saw girls wear on my side of town. I was like, how do I do that? So I watched the video, learned how to do it, did it on myself. Love the outcome. I'm like, you did that for a first time try. And then I was like, well, let me try my mom's hair. Let me try my sister's hair. Let me try my sister's friend's hair. Let me try my friend's hair. And I realized that I liked making women feel good. So like I said, I was at a very low moment after dropping out of college twice. So I did my own hair and I felt beautiful. And then to go on to do other women's hair, and I'm seeing the reactions, the girls, in high school girls, they're tough critics. If they like it, you're onto something. So after that, I decided I wanted to go to beauty school, and the rest was history. It took 2 years to get to beauty school though, because I also got pregnant at that time. So it was just like overcoming things. I'm like, okay, drop out college, you get pregnant, but I made a success story, so I'm proud of it. And that's how I got into hair. Yeah.
And how long were you doing hair for?
13 years.
So when you say, when we talk about her being a retired celebrity hairstylist, and we'll get into that in a second, like she's not, as we can all see, she's not a very experienced in life, age-wise woman. So we know when we say retired, I mean, we can retire at any age. So
you can retire at any age. Well, I think one thing too about like, I mean, you're a little bit younger than me, but for hair wise, right? When we think about hair, like I am a natural blonde, white, I have wavy hair. So like things like Barbie dolls always look like me. Dolls look like me. I saw myself on TV. And we, we're kind of coming into an age where Black women didn't see that, right? And so you have so many women using harsh chemicals on their hair, constantly straightening it, damaging it. So can you talk a little bit too about what it's like, being a Black woman going into taking care of hair? And, it's how you're saying Phaedra used to dye her hair and now it's much more luxurious than it was. Luxurious? Luscious? Yeah. One of those, and it was, 5 years ago.
So, are you saying like with getting into hair? How did I see how I impacted the industry?
Like how are you impacting, the women? Because I mean, obviously you impacted Phaedra right here, but talk kind of about the journey, right, of accepting the crown, right, instead of trying to create something that's not theirs.
That's funny because I kind of got pushed into it. So when I went into beauty school, I didn't really know like what I wanted to specialize in or anything like that. I just wanted to do hair. And I specifically wanted to do everyone's hair. Like I didn't care what the race was. I'm like, I wanted to be known for being a multicultural hairstylist. Yep. But during my time in beauty school on the floor, one of the hairstyles I got the most was the silk press, which was really starting to get a lot of, even though it's pretty much just a press and curl, whatever, but the silk press was starting to get a lot of traction then. And so like it got to a point where people were requesting me for their services for the silk press. But I'm like, but I want to do color and I want to do haircuts, blah, blah, blah. I still didn't think anything of it. I said I was going to be a master colorist. So when I got out of beauty school, I went on to a salon on Michigan Avenue with my old teacher. And there I did continue to do, first I actually went to dry bar. So I did blowout bar for a little while. And I said no, because I'm not a machine. And as you know, that it's like 40 minutes to an hour to do, and you're doing multiple blowouts at a time.
That's all you're doing.
Not for me.
Yeah.
This is boring. And then when I saw Black women coming in there in particular, I didn't like the way the products felt on the hair. Sorry, dry bar, if anyone ever sees this. But for me, I didn't care for that with their hair type. So I left there, went to Michigan Avenue as a hairstylist, was doing my own thing there. And that's when I kind of fell into natural hair care. I slowly got away from being multicultural. I started to do a lot of protective styles, which are styles that are like braids, like what you see with Phaedra having when she had her long braids, or if they get extensions put in that protect all of their hair. Right. If they get like two-strand twists. These are all different styles to help you maintain your hair or give you a unique look while protecting it underneath. And so from Michigan Avenue, the further along I got in my hair career, that was about like maybe 5-6 years in, I got to a point, maybe 7, I got to a point where I was like, no, I'm narrowing it down even more because I started to see the effects of the protective styles. So I went to just strictly like curly hair, straightening the hair, coloring. Color was still my thing. I was known for that, but this time for Black women specifically. And I love that. Really curly haired women. I did any curly texture, but most of my curly girls were Black. And so I feel like that journey chose me because, like I said, I didn't set out to be a natural hair care specialist, but that's definitely where I ended my career. And I loved every moment of it because I started to see that Black women really just want to feel seen, understood, and appreciated. And in a lot of ways, we were not, as you know, in mainstream, even on hair products, like the fact that the relaxer was a thing. You see all these girls with luxurious straight hair on the front of the box, but that's not how we're born majority of the time. So it's like, why not show a love and appreciation for it? So I love how the industry has changed a bit. All the natural hair care products, which, it's a part of the gimmick as well, but it's still just seeing women with their natural tresses on these boxes and containers and conditioners. It's a beautiful thing. And I was glad I could be a part of how women view themselves in a more positive light and a more positive experience in the salon.
I love that, because it is like your hair is who you are, right? Like I started dyeing my hair red maybe like 7-10 years ago, and I just did it kind of on a whim, because I felt like, everyone wants to, especially every white woman wants to go blonde, right? And they just go blonder and blonder and blonder, and it's like, you get highlights so much, and I had done some strawberry blonde highlights, and I was like, that's kind of fun. So one day I was like, I'm just gonna dye it red and see what it's like. And I was like, first I was like, eyebrows. The very first thing, because I was like, I have blonde eyebrows, so we're gonna need to go ahead and get a little auburn. But I was like, wow, this is actually like my personality is red hair, and I've done different variations of red, but I'm never going back to blonde.
That's how I look at hair. I've said that to plenty of women, that is really a part of your identity. And it's like another accessory, though. It's very, working on people's heads is a very personal, intimate thing, but it's also a part of how you present yourself to the world. So don't you want to look your best? And you can look like that in many different ways. I'm bald head now. I love braids. I love extensions. I love my natural hair when I had it. Like, I like to switch it up. It's just a part of who I am. So to be in that industry was just perfect to help other women find their hair identity, as I like to say.
Yeah.
And your hair, you look so good with that short hair. I mean, you have like the cheekbones and the jawline to pull it off. I'm like, oh my gosh,
thank you.
Yeah. It's always fun going out with this one. When Olive heard, you never know what she's gonna come with. Like, what piece she's gonna wear. Yeah, so it's always fun. And like, the world of women who have not been able to experience your hair, we are going to miss you in the hair world. Aww. And is there anything that you are going to miss, or like, until we get into why you left, but what was your I guess you kind of just said like what your favorite thing about the hair world was,
but also the women was my favorite thing too. The relationships, I built a lot of relationships with women during my time there, and women and men. I had some male clients as well. So it was just like, I miss my people. Do I miss the labor? No, but I do miss my actual people and the conversations and the laughs and, just the energy. That's what I really miss the most.
How are your nails? Are your nails doing a lot better now that you're not constantly?
Child, I did not keep nails, but my back is doing a lot better now. How about that? Yeah, my back, my feet, my hands. Like, yeah. I'm no longer like an 85-year-old. That's right.
Is that why you think? Was that one of the main reasons, or could you give us a reason of like what started changing within you that made you decide, all right, like I need to start really figuring out, because you went through, and there's stages like maybe start bringing up is how did you know, and then the few things that started happening that you're like, okay, it really is time to leave this profession.
So there were definitely stages. In 2020, right before the pandemic hit, I was like, this is going to be the year that I'm going to transition from behind the chair. And I came to that decision because during my time as a celebrity stylist and just a natural hair care specialist, I had started to do like photo shoots, and I was working with like celebrities. So I was in the set life, set environment. My husband became a videographer. This was kind of like after 2020, but again, set life. And I'm like, I love it here. Like the energy, the people. But I thought I just wanted to do the hair on set. And then when I started to shoot with my husband, being told a few times, oh, I love your look. I was like, well, maybe I should be the star. I want to be on set. Somebody come take care of me. So after that, I was like, yeah, I'll just do like modeling part-time and stick with hair. And I also had a few ideas for the hair industry that didn't involve me necessarily being behind the chair to do it. So I was like, you make lists of things you want to do. It doesn't mean you have to do it right now, but in the future, when it's time, you'll get to that. So after I decided I wanted to be a star, no air quotes. I decided I wanted to be a star. And I was like, okay, I gotta figure this out. So like I said, in 2020, I thought I was gonna leave. The pandemic hit, and I was like, you're gonna stay your ass right here. So I didn't go anywhere. I waited a little longer, and I didn't wait that long, about a year, pretty much like a year and a half. once I got back in the salon, when they let us back in the salon, I still wasn't feeling, hair stopped feeling fulfilling. It was just a job now.
Yeah.
I'm just coming here to do what I got to do. And then it got to a point where I was dreading going to work, and I felt so much guilt about it because I love my clients, but this just wasn't working for me. I wanted so much more. I want something different. I want something new. And to be honest, hair was the longest job I'd ever had. Like, I've had plenty of jobs, but I don't stay at them very long. It's like 1 to 2 years. So to be in this for over 10, yeah, I was like, okay, girl. And to also think that was going to be my end all be all. Like, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. No. After a while, once the mind starts to go, I feel like the body slowly follows. And so I'm like, I'm just holding on for dear life. And then I started to have like back issues. So like one day I was at work and my back legit like went out, and I had to do the entire client with my back in excruciating pain. It was so much pain that when she finally left, I could barely walk to my car. I literally called my mom like, Mommy, I can't walk across the street. I'm like, I'm scared. I'm scared in my mind, for real, trying to get through it. So I was like, you got to make a decision. And I felt so much guilt because I'm like, you've built these relationships with so many women. You built this brand that you thought was going to be your thing. You're supposed to have a career for the rest of your life so that you just, eventually retire and then you die. Like, I don't know. But I was like, no, I can't do this. And so it was scary to leave. But the way my mind was and my body was, like, I was literally at the point where I would go to work. I was crying before I was going to work. One time I had a breakdown at work. I had to leave my client. My friend had to finish them, and I went to the bathroom to cry. So I was like, that's it. In October of 2021, and actually in September, I announced I was going to leave. At the end of October, I closed my books officially. And yeah, now I'm here figuring out the rest of it still 2 years later. It's fun times.
Yeah.
Fun times.
How did it feel mentally when you officially closed your book?
Like a weight off of my shoulder. Like that was, I felt like I could breathe again because I was really in a dark space in every way possible. I didn't want to do anything at home. I felt like I was miserable. My family had to deal with my misery. I felt guilty about that. So it was just like the decision I made benefited myself and so many others as well. Yeah. Minus my clients. Sorry, babies. But it had to happen. And like I said, I felt like I could breathe again. I was so hopeful for the future again. Like I was just like, this is it. Okay, here we go. Let's get it.
And I'm going to guess that your husband was supportive of this decision as well, which is
a little bit. He was supportive. He has been very supportive in these last 2 years, but it was definitely a push to like, it was him seeing my misery and seeing how I was mentally. Yeah. Like, that's what was like, okay, we'll figure out the rest. I don't know what it's going to be, but we'll figure out the rest. And so, yes, I'm very grateful to have Mr. Brooks because none of this would be possible without him.
Thank you, Mr. Brooks. Do you think that if you were single at the time, you would have been able to leave hair, or was having your partner there kind of like, a little bit of the backbone?
He's the backbone. I can say that 100%. I always say how grateful I am to have a partner because I could not have made some decisions that I had without him. And growing up in a family who didn't have this type of support is just like, it's like breaking a generational curse. And so I'm grateful for that and being able to make that transition because I actually have a supportive partner. It's love. I love it here.
Yeah.
Look at you. We love it.
Did you have any
Mr. Brooks?
Yes, we love you, Mr. Brooks. Thanks for being a supportive man to your woman.
Period.
So you leave, not everyone's going to, be leaving the hairstyle world, but I think something that we can all is like, so many of us are unhappy with what we're doing in life. And we stick with it because we have responsibilities and we've got, kids, we've got bills, we have all these things. So you leave the hair world, which was your moneymaker. And
it sounds like you were really good at it.
Yes.
If you're doing photo shoots and you're a celebrity hairstylist, you're not working at, the Sam's, whatever, She's
not working at like Supercuts at all.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm sure you
not that there's anything wrong with Supercuts.
I was going to say, not anything wrong with them. There's some great stylists there too.
There's some great. No, I found a great one there.
I'm going to say your book was probably full for a couple of months ahead of time, right? You couldn't be like, can I get to a point tomorrow?
No, they could not. No one could ever do that unless I had a cancellation.
Nope.
But I also started opening my books month to month because people were crazy.
Yeah.
Why are you booking me out into January of next year? And we're just now in January of this year. So
she's like, I'm opening up next week. I was like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm getting in.
Sometimes I really miss it. It was.
I know how this goes. Can I tell you how I got in with my hairdresser? I knew before COVID, I knew the world was about to shut down. And so and because I have been going to her for years, I follow her everywhere. And she had like a cancellation the day before things shut down. I did not care what it was. I'm like, I'm getting in. And as soon as those books, she knew I was one of the first people. But boom, like I'm like, guys, Nicole, I don't care what time. I don't care what. I will cancel everything. I just feel like something's going to get shut down. I need to get my hair.
You were right. The extreme lengths that women will go through. Stay up, set timers on their phones. Like it's all kinds of things just to make sure they don't miss when it's time to book. Yeah. It's the hair world is wild.
And my hairstylist is on maternity leave right now, which like great for her. It was a great journey for her, you know, IVF and all of this to have her beautiful boy. And the funny thing is
not good for you.
Well, I had like booked an appointment right before Christmas, and because she had her list of backup people, and I looked at her, I was like, you can book it. I was like, it's not gonna happen. She's like, well, the due date is there. I'm like, no. And sure, I mean, she did have a preemie. He was in the NICU for a bit, but I was like mentally already, you know, but she did like refer me, and she had like a list of people, and she was like, this is the woman that you want. And I went to her, and actually I'm like, okay, I like her. You know, so.
Yeah, our girls know. They know. They're like, all right.
She knew exactly. Yeah. She went through each person. She's like, you won't like her. This be okay. This is you want Samantha. This is the person that you want. Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Nica did the same thing. I was like, okay, I'll go. All right.
It's well, I mean, I have one of my male coworkers who lives in like Gold Coast or something, was talking about driving up to Andersonville because of his hairstylist moved up there, and just a dude with a regular haircut was going to follow his stylist wherever she went.
Yes, that's very real. If you know where the quality is, why shop around? I'm going to go wherever you are. If I can drive, there's an Uber, there's a train, there's a bus. I'm there.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like maybe is probably more like women put more, the relationship with your hairstylist is more important than the relationship with your OBGYN. Like, I am more likely to let someone else take a peek at my lady bits.
I agree.
I get that. Yeah.
But like, this is like an outside, like not many people I mean are walking down the street seeing your lady bits. So
exactly. Exactly.
Unless we're at the gym.
And that's where
I'm gonna say the beach, but hey, just kidding. No one's
or the beach. I mean, depending what beach you go to.
What kind of beach you go to?
I don't know.
No one's seen.
She's like, I don't know.
But anyways, sidetracked here.
Yeah.
So you know, you relifted the weight off the shoulders of the hair. Did you have like a set plan in motion already, or
exactly what I was just gonna ask? Yeah.
The face tells me.
So no. So at that point, again, going back to 2020, I'm like, I'm going to prepare to leave this year. Then I would have to be in survival mode because the world shut down. So my ideas for saving money and preparing for the departure in the next year or two didn't happen. The pandemic definitely played a major toll on my mental. So I was even further messed up in the mind. I'm like, I got to go sooner. So there was no solid plan. My plan was, I'm going to leave here. I'm going to be a model. I'm going to work on my show. The rest is history.
Yeah.
Very naive, but I'm a very big dreamer. And I connect the dots afterwards. Yeah, no. Here we are 2 years later. And I'm learning so much about myself. This has been a very interesting journey of being a model. And again, bringing a TV show to life. There are so many obstacles. A lot of things that I'm doing, no one in my family has ever done. So, and no one around me has ever done it. So I'm just figuring it out as I go. And I think that's what I wasn't prepared for. Like, I knew I'm not someone who doubts their dreams when they're saying what they are. But once you get in the nitty gritty of it, it's a little different. And you really start to be like, maybe I should have just waited a little longer. Or maybe I should have at least solidified another source of income before leaving. Like, I've learned so much about me, but I will say that I do not regret leaving here because I'm also a believer in not staying somewhere you're no longer happy. That's always been me. And whether I was in customer service, in retail, once I was over it, I'm out, I'm on to the next. And so I still live my life that way very much so. And I just have to figure it out as I go. I think it's scary, but once you achieve what you set out to do, it's so rewarding because you bet on yourself. And I love betting on myself. Again, scary, but well worth it.
So let's talk about being, going into modeling. Like, I mean, I'm sure you had some connections from the hair world, right? So you already probably know some people. But like, how does one break into modeling, girl?
I love the story of the journey, and I want you to tell all the things, because you have all the things.
That's how I got into modeling. Okay, so I first started out just being my husband's muse, and then I wanted to do collaborations with other people. So I have a friend named Nica who I've shot with a few times. Beautiful, beautiful young girl. And I love the way her mind works. I love the way she poses, everything. She was a very key part of me staying motivated to do that, as well as Phaedra, because Phaedra was in the commercial modeling print world and doing her own thing always when it comes to modeling. Okay. From wizardry in the forest to booty ass naked, in a rain room. It's great. I love it. Okay. But after I got between the two of them, I'm constantly talking to Phaedra about what I needed to do. I didn't exactly go the route she said. And so I didn't always listen to what she was telling me, but I heard what she was saying. And I had to learn some valuable lessons because I'm a risk taker. So I'm gonna figure it out. Let's just say that after I quit hair, in less than 6 months, I want to say, I had found an agency and moved forward with them. And I'm not going to drop names just yet because I have to make sure legally I'm all right. But let's just say it's not at all what I thought it would be. Modeling has showed me that. So I got into it because I said I wanted to be what I wanted to see. And those plus size models are the trendy word now. They're still popping. Plus size still has a certain look, and they don't look like myself. So I was like, okay, we need more real bodies. We need more women, more dark-skinned women, more bald-head women, more women who are scarred. My skin is not at all perfect. A lot of women that I know, their skin is not perfect. Yet what do you see on all the ads? Perfect, beautiful skin. I've learned that in modeling, a lot of the stuff you see is fake.
It's Photoshop.
It looks like AI now.
Everything is Photoshop. All my pictures are Photoshopped.
There's a difference between a little Photoshop and it looks like AI.
Yes.
I mean?
Yes. And it's weird because you have women who are trying to hold themselves to an unrealistic beauty standard. Literally buying all these products that they say are going to do this, and it's not. It's like, I want it to be, as a model, my goal is to simply be what I am, which is why I want to work for brands like Target or Savage X Fenty. Show me the dimples. Yes, I got cellulite. I'm a woman. I have thighs. I have a butt. Yes, I have back rolls. I'm a thickums. Okay. Yes, I have jiggling arms, and that's fine. There are other women who look like me. Exactly. I got married with it. Hello. So, like, it's someone loves it, and I want women to love themselves, and that starts with like visuals, imagery. You have to see people that look like you so you can stop trying to fit into a world that's not meant for you to fit into. And so with modeling, I'm learning that I'm still not fitting in here either, but I refuse to give up. I have my days where I'm like, why the hell did you do this? And then I remember the little girl who was myself, who was looking at things like, I want to see blah, blah, blah. I want to see X, Y, and Z. Like, prime example, don't know if you're familiar with the show The Parkers, but I love Monique. And I loved her so much because as a plus size woman, she always stepped correct. Though it was just a character on the show, even in real life, Monique stepped correct. And I I admired her fashion. I admired her confidence. And I was like, one day, even as a kid, I did say I wanted to be a model, which I have no idea why I said that, because my confidence then, you want low self-esteem. I was a poster child for it as a child. And so to be where I am now, where I want to be out front, that's a huge milestone in itself. I'm so proud of me for that. Cause like, that was never a thing. That's why I was behind the chair. I'm like, I'll make you look beautiful. But now once you see, like, no, I know I'm beautiful. So here we are. And let me show you that. Okay. So modeling is like a testament to my growth. But mentally, you have to be very strong, because even with the getting signed to an agency, they still say in so, what's the word? Passive aggressive ways, like, you're not good enough. You're not exactly what we're looking for. But you should do a little less of this. Maybe a little less of that. Oh, they love that season thing. Yeah. Maybe not this time, but maybe next time. No, I'm okay. So it's like, it's a patience thing. It's a waiting game. It's a trust in the process type of thing. And coming from somebody who's used to getting what she wants when she wants it. So I'm saying this as somebody, like, before I got into hair, every job I've applied for, I got it. No problem. Okay. Now, hella knows. No should be like my best friend at this point. And I'm somebody that hates rejection. So to keep putting yourself out there, I'm building up my armor, and I know that whenever I get to, yes. I know that what I seek is seeking me too. I just have to keep trusting the process and learn what I need to learn in the journey as I'm on my way to where I'm trying to be. So like, I hope I answered your question. The modeling has been a major mind screw, but I love it.
Yeah, I know it has. And like, what do you have in your like mental toolbox, right? To hear these no's and keep going forward. Is there like certain ritual self-care things you do, journaling? Is it more of like a mantra type thing? What works for you?
So what works for me, honestly, is music. I listen to artists who are affirming. And so like, after I left hair, there was one artist in particular who I loved, and her name is Queen Irby. And I love her because she literally tells you basically, you're a bad bitch. You got this. I'm taking the time to heal and grow. I'm working out, eating my vitamins. I'm doing, I know I'm amazing. Literally a song that says, I'm amazing, bitch. And you know it. I don't have to say, because I show it, So like, it's listening to music that helps me feel like the woman I see myself as. Being surrounded by people who are living their lives boldly. They remind me, i.e. Phaedra, they remind me that it's okay to show up in all that you have and all of your glory and own that shit, By the way, am I good to curse on here? I didn't curse like so many times.
Yes, bitch. Okay.
I got my short. Okay, so I will also say I've gotten into affirmations. Thanks to my sister, who has at one point she was a life coach situation, or spiritual coach, spiritual guidance, and I would say things to myself in the mirror. I even just look in the mirror at myself so I can learn to love every bit of me, and saying like, this is what you're going to be showing to the world. You have to love what you see if you want others to love it too. And so that's another one. I think I forgot what they call it when you just look in the mirror and literally just gaze at yourself. There's a saying, there's a term for that, but it's meant to help you fall in love with who you are and what you got. I also
self-love.
It's not, but I'll take it. Self-love. Yeah. And then outside of that, it's honestly just being a little delusional. I know that sounds crazy. But like, if the world is constantly telling you the opposite of what you want to believe, there has to be some delusion there. Like, you have to be like, yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, but nah, screw that. I got this. I'm X, Y, and Z. And so it's like, my wheelhouse is kind of all over the place. It's between my community, my close community, music for sure. Music is a very, very strong one because music is powerful. It's moving. It can make you cry. It can make you happy. It can give you a revelation. Like, dang, I never even thought about that. If you actually listen to what they're saying to you. And so that's really what I got. And also keeping in mind that I can't let myself down. Like I've learned, about one thing I've learned about myself in the last 2 years is how quickly I can give up on myself. And I'm looking for, in the past, I would seek validation from others when it needs to come from within first. And so like putting in the work to fully accept who I am, putting in the work looks like honestly just calling yourself out on your shit and then doing something to change that. Like if I don't like that, I continue to tell myself, well, why do you look like that? Why do you dress like this? Why do you blah, blah? Then say the opposite. Reaffirm yourself. Say, well, you look fabulous, girl. You dress like that because that's how the hell you wanted to dress. Mm-hmm. Your body, you love your belly. A belly is it's nice. A little fluff is something to hold on to. You know, like it's reaffirming everything in me because we live in a world where they'll tell you ain't shit. Right. Honestly. And I'm like, I can't believe that because I know I'm the shit. So thank you.
I love it. I love it. There was this like phrase, I remember it was like, do you have a bikini body? Do you have a bikini? Yes. Do you have a body? Yes. Do you have a bikini body?
Okay. I have yes. I believe in that as well.
What would you think? So we didn't talk about like, so you are married and you have a daughter. What do you think your daughter would say? If someone was like, tell me about your mom, what would she say?
She tells us what she says, so I can say this to you. That's fine. She says that her mother's beautiful. She loves to rag on the fact when I was a celebrity hairstylist, she's a celebrity hairstylist. And now that I'm a model, she's a model. My mother, she thinks I'm fashionable. She tells me how much her friends like me who don't really know me like that. But it's just like, what I'm realizing is
you're the cool mom.
My vibe. Exactly. That's exactly what she said. She's like, Mom, you're the cool mom. I'm the youngest mom of all her friends. Their moms are in like their 50s, 40s. And I'm like, we're 33. Me and her dad are both 33. So it's like, okay, we're still kind of connected to she's 13 now. So you see, so it's like, my daughter's proud of me. That's what I gathered from what she expresses to her friends. And I know that who I am as her mom has helped her be as free as she wants to be. Like her expression in fashion, hair. She lives the life of my dream as a kid.
First day of school every year. You're like, what is she going to do now?
Yes.
It does not disappoint.
It does not. And I love that for her. Like, having a daughter was definitely healing for my inner child, I will say, because I love the fact that she's so comfortable in her skin. Like, everybody has their things where they feel insecure about certain things. Sure. But as a whole, just from like, even when we go to her school, her teachers, I just love Janelle. She's so fashionable. She's so smart. She's so blah, blah, blah. Like, she's out there and people see her. And it's like, as a kid, I didn't want to be seen. So for my daughter to be out here wanting to be seen, there's nothing she won't try. We're doing something right.
In middle school, especially, if you got a girl that will march to the beat of her own drum in middle school, I mean, she is set up for whatever the hell she wants in the rest of her life, because can't no one tell her nothing.
No. Literally.
No one.
There is nothing my daughter will not try.
Yeah. And that's so badass, then that is like having such a powerful, beautiful mom who is just like out there slaying the world and doing her own dreams. Like, what a phenomenal role model for her, and then she's also seen your marriage, right? She's seen that you guys were young, but you're still together. There's no broken home. There's like a loving home, like Terrence. All this beauty on my screen. I know, T, right? Like when I saw her, I was like, oh, this girl. Girl is. She's married, T. She's married.
Hi, Terrence. Look, hello. Oh, speaking of like you were saying, the fact that we are her parents. Her dad is another great example. Like when I say in so many ways, my life is healing or breaking generational curses. Like, I am so grateful and blessed to have him as my husband. Started out as my friend. He's still my best friend. And now he's my husband because my daughter has a father in her life.
That's her husband.
Has a father in her life who wants to be there.
Yeah.
And then not just any type of father. We're talking about a man who knows what he wants and goes to get it. He's an entrepreneur as well. He's built up his business from nothing, and now supports the family. Went from 2 incomes to 1, and he's doing all of that with his head held high. Like, I love that he wants to spend time with our kid. Like, everything, watching them is healing for me too, because I didn't have that relationship with my father. So it's like to see the cute things they have. Like, they love Star Wars. They watch movies together. They like to fight. They like video games. Like, it's just, I love everything about this life we've made here. And I'm just grateful that my daughter gets to experience this type of lifestyle.
It is so okay. First of all, Cookie loves you. They're so
Cookie
proud of
loves
you.
you.
I love you too, Cookie.
A girl's relationship with her dad does build the foundation. You know what I mean? Like, her relationship with her mom is going to affect one part of herself, but her relationship with her dad is going to affect her other relationships. And let me tell you, my dad is from Germany. He grew up with a mom that lived through 2 world wars. You think anyone could tell his mom anything? Fuck no. So do you think any man is going to tell me what to do? Absolutely no. Like, unless your name is Ted Green, you ain't telling me shit. And it's just, but it's that like my dad would make the money. My mom was the head of the household. Right. And he said something not too long ago where he was like, he's been a business owner, entrepreneur his whole life. And he was like, I'm making decisions all day. I have the final say. He's like, I just like to go home and be told what to do. Be told this is for dinner. Be told this is what we're doing. Be told how this is we're spending your money. And you're like, that's a secure dude that just lets a woman in his life just run the fucking show.
Yes, that is a very secure man.
Yeah. Ooh, we got another lover.
That's my sister.
Nice.
I was just talking about you, girl. That's what I was talking about when I mentioned. Hey, girl.
Hi, girl. So your daughter definitely has like that double, the badass mom, supportive dad. And so, that does lower her risks of so many things, that could go wrong, and, entering relationships where, like that we want to avoid, right? Entering things where to feel less than, having a guy tell her what to do. No.
That is not Janelle.
Right. Can you imagine some high school guy trying to pressure her to do something she doesn't want?
I can't. Yeah, I can't see. Oh God. Barely having you guys tell her what to do, but especially her peers tell her what to do.
There are some stories about that one. Trust me, we do not have to worry about that at all. At all.
That's amazing. Are you so what right now? All this stuff. So we're 2 years later. Where are you right now with your just like your life? Like, what are you you like? Oh, talk about. Okay, so last week there's you had a final say of dropping in 21, but you did a final, I think, last week.
I was supposed to.
Oh,
it's happening this week. Don't worry. I can't get past the first week of February.
So here's the thing. So like, we all say we're going to leave something, especially when we're entrepreneurs doing something that like, where we have tools like hairstylists, or like, let's say we're going to leave the personal training life and we're just going to like get rid of all of our equipment, whatever. So if you want to tell that story.
Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, the last 2 years have been very trying, mostly mentally, in a different capacity. Like, I was no longer in a extremely depressive state, but it's continuing to tell myself that you made the right decision and you got this. So when I left here, I kept all of my stuff. I mean, like, I invested in this. I'm not throwing that away, And also, I came to realize in the last couple of months that it really was just a safety net. I was like, yeah, you might be able to go back. I would tell my clients, hell no, I'm never coming back, or I would tell everybody in my family, I'm never going back to hair. Of course not. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, you might have to. You might want to. Let's go do that. And it hit me about a month or two ago that, like I said, it was a safety net. And I'm like, you can't keep having one foot in, one foot out. You got to make up your mind. And I say that because once you make up your mind, that's when you finally give it your all and take off and do what you got to do. And so I've been feeling the urge and the push to purge of my hair things. Now, not my Dyson blow dryer. Okay, I'm going to keep my Dyson. I'm going to keep
that's
my
for
flat iron.
you. I
You
mean,
know,
that's expensive.
Yeah, but the other things, they've got to go because I'm holding on to an old life that no longer serves me. And the life that I want doesn't have that in it. Not, at least not in that regard. I won't be using those tools myself. And so this week, thank you, Phaedra, for calling me out about that. I'm going to be getting rid of all of my things. She did, yeah. And I've said it to all a few people. So I will be getting rid of all of my hair supplies. And I just know that once I do that, it's going to feel like another weight is off my shoulder. A different weight maybe put there because now I'm for real like,
there's
no
going back without reinvesting and we've only talked about modeling stuff, but I know there's other things that you're looking to create. Tell us about your other projects, please.
So during my time behind the chair, I had an idea for a TV show. And without sharing too much, the show is just meant to bridge the gap between the client in need of a quality hairstylist. And I say that because that was one of the biggest reasons why it was hard for me to leave hair as well. I felt like I was letting down an entire community that had learned to depend on me. And they depended on me because of all the stories they've had of previous experiences. Like when I was a hairstylist, I literally accumulated over 800 5-star reviews. So that says a lot about not just me doing hair, but how I make people feel, what the education I brought into that realm of the industry. Like, I didn't realize my value until I left here. And that really sucks. But it helped me see like the show that I'm working on is going to definitely benefit your everyday woman, your celebrity woman. And I'm starting here in my city, but I want to take it nationwide and worldwide one day. So like, just be on the lookout. My goal is to drop it fall of this year. Okay. I miss you guys too.
Everyone's gonna make a cut.
We're not trying to get you back. Follow your dreams.
I am. I'm gonna follow them. I got y'all. Look, I gotta. At this point, if I left y'all behind, I gotta at least make sure I did it right. You know, I gotta go somewhere with it.
Well, that's what you said earlier. You had other visions for hair, just not necessarily you doing them, because you can still affect the industry and women's confidence and women's hair without actually you putting in the work, fucking up your nails, fucking up your back, fucking up your feet, and all that.
Yes, like this show.
Yeah, don't be coming to my sessions with your back all jacked up.
Right?
It happened a lot.
It did. It messed up my life for a little bit. Like, can you imagine being that young and feeling like someone's grandmother? Can't get out of bed. I was on a cane at one point. It was bad. So I was like, no, I gotta go. But the TV, get them together. The TV show, it may shake some tables, it may ruffle some feathers, but it's going to, not only will it help the client, but it's going to help the industry. It's going to make people come up to a standard. Like, I feel that and it focuses on Black women. I feel that Black people deserve the very best. Period. We are kings and queens, in my opinion, okay? And in history as well. So I want them to be treated like kings and queens when they step into a hair establishment. And that means that customer service has to be up to par. Yep. That means you're taking care of my hair and I still have my edges. Thank you. That means you're educating me. That means you actually like me. Heavy on the actually like me. So
and
this show is going to highlight all of that.
That is going to help nourish, and like, you're not just doing hair that looks pretty for 5 minutes and then it's going to cause the eternal damage. And that's like my best friend, Black woman, she's had she's starting to get some alopecia with the hair because of so many years, right? Of the tension, the relaxation stuff, and and she just thought that it was like itchy scalp, but fortunately she was able to get with a dermatologist, a Black woman, again hard to find, that was able to help her find products that will help grow it back, and also ways to do her hair that aren't going to put more damage, right? I mean, It's a
Who
tough
was her
journey.
stylist? I need her for the show because this is literally who I was. I referred so many clients to dermatologists. I have told them what hairstyles to stop doing because I see that they're literally thinning. And I'm like, you're too young to have nothing here or nothing up here.
Hers was,
Like,
I think, back in the,
Yeah.
it's there's a lot of miseducation, misinformation that goes around in this part of the industry. And
I will ask her.
I really want her name. Seriously.
Yeah.
And the
I will.
Yeah,
dermatologist.
I
we
will
got
find
each
her
other's
and get the name.
information now.
Mhm.
And that's something I think there's such value to because I don't have being mixed, I don't have very thick hair. So when it's straight, it's very fine. And so, but I love braids. I love having hair down past my butt. I think it's like has this like feeling. There's a power in having that hair. So thank you for always, giving me because you're like, no, we can't do this, or yes, we can do this, but only leave it in for this, and then use this, and then do that, and then sometimes I listen, but I did learn, like I didn't listen sometimes, and I figured it out. But you did, like, and I think that this show that you're creating for all women, especially with our hair is not. I mean, my mother my mom was a hairstylist, or a hairstylist, and she, blonde, like, white woman, worked at JCPenney salons. Like, then I came along and she's like, we're gonna straighten your hair, because I wanted to, because it was so hard to deal with my hair as a kid. I had this like massive, long, beautiful hair, and then I'd climb trees and get peanut butter spoons stuck in it and twigs. And I was like, I don't know what to do with this hair. But
she was probably in the mindset like you had to wash it every day, I mean,
and I
back
just like
in
I
the
didn't
80s, the education wasn't there.
No,
especially
and
mixed hair, right? Because you had black hair and you had white hair.
And I'm more, during as a kid, I was definitely more like my dad. And so my sister has this silky, like, like Puerto Rican hair. Like she's got like, and so, and those stupid barrettes and those like balls that you would like wrap, like I'd go to sleep and my head would be hurting. So I messed up my hair as a young kid, first of all, wanting to go straight, and then the constant dyeing and trying to have my hair be more like everyone else's. And that was a true thing. So it was hard. I don't know. Did you know, or do you know who Lee Jones is? He was a celebrity. He's a celebrity hairstylist in Chicago as well. And he's off of Oak Street. He does a salon off of Oak Street. And I think he's still on Oak Street around there. But he was someone that was like my mentor in hair first. And we did some stuff. And then after I'd met you, like you took me to this new level of being able to appreciate, all the things and getting it to a healthier state. And I think having this show now to be able to do that, like, and put that out there for so many people, because oh no, my light went out. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I have a candle. So we're good.
Perfect.
This is what I get for talking with my hands. I might be Italian. But I think it's just a great idea to do that, and like to be able to do that. And the fact that you started it and it didn't start the way you wanted just means that you got new ideas and ways to like be able to bring that even better.
Yeah. That has been a journey too, like trying to get people to be on the show, people I thought would want to be people. You asked me earlier, did I have like connections with modeling? Well, I thought I had connections with hair. They proved otherwise after trying to find people to be on the show. So I was like, you know what? Again, I've just been constantly taught resilience. Like, you got to see it through. It may not be happening as easy as you want it to, but you know what your goal is and what your purpose is. So you have to do whatever it takes to get there. And that's mental warfare for sure. But I have not quit, and I will not. I am tired.
I love it.
But I will not.
How do you plan? Are you like a vision board planner, or are you?
Oh no, I am a fly by my coattail planner.
Okay. I love it. I love it.
We figure it out as we go.
I know. It would be nice to have a nice vision board. I don't, but I just have some people like, so for 2024, right? We're one month and 1 week into 2024.
Yeah.
in your dream world, when we look at this 1 year from now, what would you like to have accomplished this year?
I do know that. Now I have a list for those things. Like
So
I said,
you
in
do
fall
have a vision
2024.
board. It's just not on
In
a.
my head, yeah, it's not physically written out at all. The show will have launched, and it will be a success in my
are
city.
we doing it like digital content? What platforms
So
are we looking at?
I'm actually going to have it on YouTube, and it will have like advertisement on Instagram, Facebook, just to get the word. I have some ideas for content that will help people want to watch the show. Pretty much, I want to like identify the problem and show them that here's where you need to go to fix it. So like it's going to be a streamlined thing. I've thought all of that through, so I guess I do have a vision board. And then I also.
Well, isn't that what's in like your dining room, like on the wall?
That was like that's not a vision board. That was like me. Okay, and I have not written on that since I put it up there. That's like so. It's just there. It's a dry erase type of thing, and one day. And honestly, everything that's on that wall is not what I'm doing now. So that's kind of funny. But outside of that, I will be getting paid gigs as a model. I strongly said that when I became a model, I did not want to be an IG model. You know what an IG model is? I don't want to just look cute for Instagram. I want the real bucks. So
OnlyFans? Sorry.
Oh, my husband would kill me. No, it's the wink for me. Okay. No OnlyFans over here. It's weird, to have access to the internet.
No, real legit paid modeling.
Real legit cash, So I want to, my brands I want to work with, and I've been claiming this since I said I want to do modeling. Savage X Fenty, Fenty Beauty, Target, aka Target, Old Navy, Universal Standard, Eloquy. Like I have a lot of different brands in mind. I'm just going to be a paid model, and it's going to be paid well. I want to do TV commercials, and that's happening before the year is out. Watch. I'm believing that reluctantly, but I believe it.
That's all it takes is and you're kind of living that life. Like I've seen, and as Nica has under her, when you follow her, you see a lot of her content that she has, and she is already living the life as a paid model and a paid Savage X Fenty and all these other brands that she wants. Like she goes out and does this. Like you are not just saying that you're going to do it. And I think that's part of the when it comes to like making things happen is you've already created your story. You've already said your story. You've written it. You're doing it. And so now it's like, okay, now it's just like, it's out there. And if you know what, the opportunity never misses us. Right. So
what's for you won't miss you. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've done a beautiful job with it. And so
you're not going to make me cry. Jesus Christ. It's been a rough past month, so please stop it.
I know.
No, cry for all of you.
I think that like, if someone, because I think people, there's a lot of individuals watching that know you. And at some point when this goes out, because when we post it, we're going to talk like, this isn't just about Nica who does hair, and Nica, the whole story is about this transitioning from the knowing to the absolutely not knowing, the queen of starting over. We have so many kings and queens that want to be starting over. And like I said before, it's just, they're stuck. And so where do you find this, aside from Mr. Brooks, where do you find within yourself this drive,
my past? Dang it. I told you I wasn't going to cry. Okay. So like in my family.
This is a safe space.
It's a safe space in front of all of you.
There's only three of us. There's only three of us here. There's only three.
And your sister, but we'll just.
And your sister, right.
I come from a long line of women in particular who literally were surviving day to day. And I mean, whether it's paycheck to paycheck, whether it's just trying to be there for the children, not having, very supportive partners, working jobs they didn't necessarily like, but it paid the bills. And I'm like, after becoming a hairstylist and after deciding to leave here, I realized like survival was just ingrained in us. Like we're living in the world just trying to make it. And I was like, I can't do that forever. I truly want to thrive. And for me, thriving looks like doing everything that brings me joy, whether I'm scared of shit of doing it or not. Like, I want to be able to look back at my life and say, I tried that and I did that. Not what if I had, I don't want any what if, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I want certain, I did it. It didn't work out, but hey, I tried, and I want my kid to look at me and say, if my mommy is willing to try whatever, I could damn sure do that too. Like
everyone's telling you it's okay to let it out. Let it out, girl. All these people that
I already stuffed it back up.
Much support.
I already stuffed it back up. Thank you guys so much, but they're not coming out today. I gotta thrive, and that's really what's been my motivator. It's like life is meant to be lived, and I feel like we often miss that in our day to day. We're so busy trying to just make it to the next thing. It's like, no, but what are you doing to get to those next things? Like, what does your day to day life look like? Are you proud of what your day to day life looks like? Does it make you happy? Will you look back at this 10, 20 years from now and be like, yeah, I loved it then, and I love it now. Like, that's my motivator. See, and that's on breaking generational curses. And that's on Mary had a little laugh. Okay, all her laughs. So like, I want to be, thank you, Lonnie. I will no longer survive. Baby girl is going to thrive. And that is what I got for you, which is why this is Black Girl My World. I'm going to take you in and you're going to see everything that is me.
I love it. I love it. I have to find, there's this book I just finished, and I took a picture of one of the last pages. I never take pictures of passages of books, but there was a saying of certainty was just a story the mind created to defend itself against the pain of living, which meant almost by definition that certainty was a way to avoid living. You can choose to be certain, or you could choose to be alive.
Ooh. I literally just got chills when you read that, because that's real. That is so real.
I've never taken a photo of a book before, and I was like,
can you text that to me, please?
Yes.
Send it.
Yes.
I need that as well.
It's about love, but it's about life. It's like, you can be certain, or you can live. I was like, damn, shit, got me.
Say it again.
I had it right there too, what you were saying, and I'm like, oh man, this is the passage. This is the passage in the book. It's what it is.
That is so real.
That book.
Yeah.
It's called Wellness. It came out last year. It's basically a love story of a marriage, but it's a real story of what a marriage is and what it goes through being a couple. And that whole book, man. It's already. I read a lot, and it's already. I can already tell he's one of my favorite books of 2024. We're already 1 month in. I already know. So. But now we're just saying
Mufasa. She gets it. Lion King is like one of her favorite movies. So yes.
Oh God, those three.
Yeah. Well, my dog's name is Nala, so we're in it. Come
on.
Let's go. Let's go. I love it, but. Thank you so much, Nica, for coming on. I am so excited to follow your journey. I'm excited to have been able to have met you as a person. I saw as soon as your energy came on, that smile, I was like, ooh, I have another girl crush, because girl, you are gorgeous. You are so gorgeous.
Thank you, Sherry. But I appreciate you all for having me.
More than just this gorgeous, it's this.
Oh.
It's this and it's this. And
yep.
you are just you and my show, right? Badass women, girl, you badass.
Period.
So
Thank
badass.
you.
Yes, period. And I'm so excited to see what you're going to be doing in 2024. And I promise I'll get you the name of that woman.
Thank you, because I really need that. Thank you. Thank you all for having me. I love being here. This is a little healing for me today, so I needed this. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thanks for coming.
You
love
too.
You.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God, I love her.
She's great. It's like
amazing.
Ridiculous. Yeah. It's been fun to get to know her and see her journey and
she's another auntie. So if I can watch the full thing after, give him some gems.
Side note, the light is lighting. She does have good. So her husband's he's a filmmaker and a photographer, and they have this whole setup at their place. Now I'm gonna for next time I'm gonna get all my lights set up. I'm like, all right,
I'm looking around like, yikes.
How am I gonna do?
How do I have that throne? I mean, she was in a literal throne, her chair, just the way it was. Like, I'm not. You're a pretty good background, but my drapes are move. We're gonna have to move. We're gonna have to get a new thing because everything about her is. And I'm thank you so much for bringing that woman into my world.
Of course. She's a special lady, and her story is just even like I just love that story. And I was around I've been around for a lot of that, for most of that story now, except for beginnings of hairstyling. And so I've seen that transition. I've seen like the pain and the toll it's taken on her health. And how hard it's been to get her to get back and forth, and the days she would like call and be like, I'm not coming in. And as a coach or as a fitness trainer, personal trainer, it's hard because you're just like, there's a lot of them that would be like, just get your ass in. And I'm like, no, I know where you're at, and your mental state, you're emotional, you haven't been sleeping, like, get some rest, stay your ass at home. Like, I get it. Like, I'm not going to force you to come in, because honestly, if you haven't slept, you're not eating, you're so stressed. Like, exercise is a stress.
It's not
going to be good for you.
Yep. No, because your body can't heal from the muscles if they're already on high alert.
And she's always feeling, and she's a loving, giving person. And I'm excited to see, like you said, this journey of her modeling and the show and all these other adventures that she has, that she's very good at keeping secrets. So like, I love that.
I love that. Right.
Yeah. But yeah, she's great. And I'm so happy we were able to have her on, and she did this, and we have like a whole month of like amazing, like, celebrating the whole, Black history. So we've got a lot of things coming on, just things on Facebook and the feed. And so we're going to be posting a lot of stuff. So I'm excited.
I love Black women, and I love you.
Me too. And I love you. And thanks for having all of us on here. So it's great.
Of course. And on that note,
this has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
bye.